this is now our third. Hello, this is our third attempt at our opening because the first time we said something we shouldn't, and then the second time we said that someone would flag us. And then we
the flagman will flag us.
And then the second time we were scared that we saying the flagman would do something.
Oh.
So this is now we feel safe. It's safe now.
Is it safe?
This is Breakroom BS, and we talk about ROH New Japan, baby, because that's how we roll.
Yeah.
And then on mini episodes, other shitty wrestling.
Yeah. I started watching NXT tonight. We can use this as the opening icebreaker. But let's plug ourselves first. Let's put ourselves over.
Hey, you guys should.
I'm Gable, and this is Dave, my trusty steed.
Yeah, you ride me all day. You should subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is just Breakroom BS, and you can follow us on Twitter at Breakroom BS1. You can comment and message us on both places to interact with us, and we'll discuss things with you and things like that. And the whole issue came from us talking about how we now have a way to receive any type of fan mail or packages anyone might want to send.
Send us your package.
Yeah, send us your package in the mail. A package of your package. Dude, so James said that he saw some article where some dude was found with like 218 severed penises.
Found? Like they finded him?
They found him.
They found him guilty?
With 218 severed penises.
Found him where?
They're probably just at his house.
They were just going door to door to be like, hey, you guys have any penises?
Yeah. He was found with them. When they opened the door, he was there with them, and they found him.
I only have like 3.
That's a lot. 3, I mean. But yeah, so there's a P.O. box you can send it to, which is just P.O. Box 143, Monaca, PA 15061. But make sure you just put it to Breakroom BS.
Dude, give us some reviews on iTunes. I don't think we have any legitimate reviews yet.
Yeah, review us on iTunes so they can like do stuff to us.
Yeah.
Wait, what
happens? We'll read any reviews on iTunes. We'll read any comments on YouTube.
Dude, it was so funny. The first day I got this P.O. box, I get home at night and I'm like, I can't find the keys. I lost the keys to this fucking P.O. box on day 1.
Yeah, dude, that was really funny. When you told me, I was like, I don't believe you.
But the plan is to not let them know I did this and just to ask for an extra key. You see?
Yeah, how's that going to work?
Well, I go down and I say, hey, can I just have a third key? And they'll be like, okay. And then I have it, you know?
All right, let's see. Here.
No, why wouldn't this work?
To be honest, I don't know.
Well, then why'd you say that?
I don't know.
All right. Good talk. That's my plan.
We don't have any reviews. Even the one that I put, like, for some reason doesn't exist.
Because they know it's you.
I guess. Well, in their defense, I put good.
Well, if you put 4 stars, it'll count as 0 if they're checking bathrooms. Inside joke.
That's a good inside joke right there.
Yeah, so what were you talking about NXT? We're not reviewing no NXT on here. Is that what you're talking about?
We're not. I was telling you I was fucking watching this week, and it's ROH related, dude. This is the first time that I've seen someone I've watched on ROH get moved. Deonna Purrazzo. She made her debut.
That's too bad.
She had a lot of makeup on and looked very different.
Really?
Yeah, David Meltzer would, like, bang her.
Don't say she looked lighter or else you're fucked. You're fucked. So what are we doing this week, man?
You wanna...
Are we reviewing Happy Time Murders?
How would that go? In theory, if we were reviewing Happy Time Murders, in theory, how would that go?
You would hear Angry Dave a lot.
Angry Dave would come out.
Yeah. Melissa McCarthy's fat, ugly, and not funny, so she's got 0 redeeming qualities. All the jokes were terrible. The best part of the movie was at the end of it. After the movie ended, at the end of it, they
whenever it ended.
You know how they'll show like bloopers or something. You know?
Yeah, sure.
Well, they showed like how they did it, like the green screen people like moving the puppet, the Muppets and stuff. Like they kind of showed you how they filmed it. I was like, that's kind of cool to see how they made the Muppets do all these things. But dude, Jim Henson's son fucking directed it.
Yeah.
I bet his daddy's proud he made this really shitty R-rated version of the Muppets.
Probably not. You know why?
Because he's dead?
He's dead.
Did you know that Sesame Street sued the Happy Time Murders?
Dude, I think, from what I heard, that was a publicity stunt.
I didn't hear that.
Mm-hmm.
I heard they sued, but they just lost.
Dude, I didn't look into it, so you might be right.
You might be right.
It could go either way. It was a publicity stunt because Jim Henson has like part in Sesame Street. Although I guess it could have been some up and ups.
What's up and ups?
Some up and ups.
Like a pill?
It's like a term for the people in
like
charge.
Speed?
No, like Blue Chew.
Like a yeah.
Dude, I saw a fucking commercial for that on ROH TV. Yeah,
Did you? Dude, downer, because downer is what's a downer? Muscle relaxer.
That's like someone who has to sit in a special classroom.
That's like everyone listening to our show. It's just a downer. Well, you said Down syndrome. That's not cool. You can't do that.
I'm an opinionated boy.
Shut the fuck up. What does that even mean? Speaking of which, I guess what poster I put up today at work.
Predator?
No. Fahrenheit 11/9.
Dude, I didn't even know it was a movie. How was I supposed to guess it?
Dude, fuck you. I don't know what you fucking know.
11/9. Is it a parody of 9/11?
No, it's a sequel. It's by the same guy that made Fahrenheit 9/11. He's making Fahrenheit 11/9.
So he's probably not making jokes in the movie about 9/11.
Well, okay. Let me know how long you think this post is going to last before it gets pulled. Okay, it's called Fahrenheit 11/9. It has a picture of Trump playing golf, and it says tyrant, racist, liar. A big hole in one, and then it has a picture
No, it
of Trump.
doesn't. Oh, dude.
That's gonna last about 3 days.
Oh my god.
It's getting pulled. People like the Trump, you know.
You-
We here at Breakroom BS feel that you shouldn't vote because your vote doesn't count. That's our political stance.
Technically, that is my political.
You're like,
stance.
I can get behind that.
My personal vote does not count.
Yeah, I mean, it really doesn't. You know.
Yeah.
Look how political we are. We're like a real talk show. You know.
Yeah.
We should ask Josh Brolin to be on our show.
Dude, the most political I get is watching the fucking change my mind videos on YouTube, and that's it.
Dude, whenever I was watching SummerSlam, I was like, hey, Tito, is that fucking Jon Stewart with his son back there? He's like, I don't know, maybe. And like 10 minutes later, they were like, Jon Stewart, and they showed a close-up of him. He was really funny. He kept making these faces. He was like, kept making these like really
Stewart.
funny faces. It was really funny.
Oh, I used to watch Bill Maher, too.
That guy's a racist,
See,
right?
just so that fucking shows. I'm in the middle, motherfuckers. Don't attack me from one side or the other. I watched the Change My Mind guy who's a outright
He's a
Republican,
yeah.
and then there's the Bill Maher who represents every Democrat ever, apparently.
I'm a dietist. I believe in Didax running the place.
I believe in just as long as like I get to
What's
do
a
what I
Didax?
want. I was hoping you'd explain it.
I made it up, I think.
Dude, I thought it was gonna be some Star Trek shit.
I think in Halo one time they said Didax. That's all I know.
A didact.
I don't know.
I think my cousin was a didact.
Really?
Yeah, the Twice Removed one. His sister was a.
This is interesting.
I got nothing.
So let's keep Dave's.
I'm creatively dead.
Let's update Dave's travel schedule. Okay, so in 1 week Dave's going to All In Chicago.
Dude, that's next week?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I'm leaving next Wednesday.
What's today? Today's the 24th?
Yeah, I'm leaving Wednesday, bro.
Holy shit.
So I'm leaving Wednesday to go to Chicago for 5 days. And then in October, I'm probably going back to Chicago for another 5 days for Ace Comic Con to spend thousands of dollars and get ripped off for autographs. Dude, I'm going to get to meet Elizabeth Olsen. She's so fucking hot.
That's the Scarlet Witch, right?
Yeah, she's going to be there.
Even though they've never called her Scarlet Witch.
Really?
I don't think they have.
Huh. That's interesting.
I think they just call her,
And Alexa
I was
Bliss.
going to say Natalia, but that's...
What?
That's the...
That's that ugly, non-talented
Isn't that Black
wrestler in
Widow's real
WWE.
name? Isn't that Black Widow's real
Is that
name?
Natalie?
Nat. I think her Russian name would be Natalia, though, wouldn't it?
Probably.
Wasn't she a Russian spy?
Yeah, isn't Natalia Russian from WWE?
I don't know.
Didn't we get to meet Alexa Bliss finally?
Mm.
Alexa Bliss is going to be there. So the people who are going to be
you
there...
met her.
No. I have to get that thing signed that I have hanging up, that plaque.
I thought that was signed.
No. I bought it to get it signed. I never met her to get it signed.
Fuck.
I'm going to get to meet Chris Evans.
Dude, Dave's gonna get to jail for rape.
It's not going to be good. It's going to be really awkward, and Bree's like waiting in line, and she's like, why are you raping that girl? And I'm going to be like, you're going to have to hold on. Yeah, luckily they'll never listen to this because I probably wouldn't be allowed to go. I'm going to get to meet Chris Evans, Tom Hiddleston, Josh Brolin, the girl that played Domino in the new Deadpool movie, Elizabeth Olsen.
Dude, we just made a rape joke. We can never go to
We make lots of
Disney.
rape jokes. We just can't like direct the third movie in a series if we go to Disney. We have to bill after the second one because that's when someone will find out our dirty secret.
Okay.
We can direct 2 big Disney movies, just not a third.
So when we write our Disney movie in advance, we have to plan for it to end.
We have to pretend we have to make a fake one with 3, but a real one that's actually 2.
Dude, make a lot of money off of the first 2 and then write it into a corner so that there's no way they could write a third one.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah.
And then the guy that played Ronan, the Accuser in Guardians, is going to be there. And apparently he's in Captain Marvel. You think he's going to play Ronan again? I wouldn't think so, right? Maybe he will.
Who the fuck, dude? Ronan had like there's.
Isn't like she has something to do with the scroll or the
Ronan is Kree.
Kree. She has something.
Oh
to do
yeah,
with
dude.
Kree,
Because he's not dead yet.
Yeah, it's a prequel.
Yeah, he's not dead yet.
So I guess he's playing Ronan again in that, so I'll get to meet him. And then the Bellas are going to be there, who I don't care because I already met. Seth Rollins is going to be there, who I don't care because I already met. And then another wrestler girl, Lillian Garcia.
I might have to take care of that before things get crazy.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
That's the dog scratching. That's not Ashley scratching at the door.
Why would she scratch at the door?
I don't know.
Do you ever chained up again? Okay, so I'm going to All In a week. Then I'm going to Chicago in October, and then in April I'm going to the Madison Square Garden show in New York City. And then the end of April, I'm going to Washington D.C. for Awesome Con. I'm gonna owe $1 billion.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I'm gonna owe $1 billion. I'm gonna be so poor. Oh, and then we're going to we're going to the ROH show in November.
Yeah,
that'll be sweet.
I'm excited for that. That's my first live wrestling event.
Yeah, you're gonna be excited for that. It's your first live wrestling event.
It's my first.
You still owe me like $200 or something for that ticket.
What?
What?
Why did you say 200? Is this for all the keys that you're going to have to replace at the P.O. box?
Yeah. I'm on my fourth one. Yeah, so you got to do that. So we should probably do actually what we're here for, huh?
What?
We should do what we're here to do, huh?
Google Pay?
Yeah. We are here. You want to go take care of that thing?
Yeah, let's take care of that. Well, I don't know.
I'll get everything set up here.
All right.
All right. So whenever I was younger one time, me and my sister and our friend, we were going through the woods just causing a ruckus and stuff, and we found a purse. And then we were like, oh, cool, look, it's a purse. So then we were like, oh, I wonder what's in this purse. And there was a credit card in there. So we went to Eaton Park, and then we ordered all the shrimp we could, and then we went to pay with the stolen credit card we found in the woods. And then and then the cops came, and then the cops took all of us to jail. They took us all to the police station because we used a stolen credit card to buy Eden Park shrimp. Eden Park shrimp was the most expensive thing they had. Otherwise, we'd have got something else. We ordered the most expensive thing possible for that. So then they took us to the station, and then we're all sitting there, and they called my mom, and I was like, oh no. And then she got down there, and then she was all mad, and then we went home, and they got grounded for 3 months, and I had to write like 1,000 times, I will not use stolen credit cards to buy shrimp from Eaton Park. I don't think that's exactly what I had to write, but something along those lines. But I was grounded forever, and then I stole a Coca-Cola from a drugstore. And I got grounded another 3 months. I had a rebellious childhood. I was in gangs. I was in gangs where the only way you could get in is if you stole shrimp and Coke. So that's why I stole the shrimp and the Coke, was to get inside of a gang. And it was the Bloods. It was a lot of, but the misconception is that the Bloods are a lot of African American fellas, but it's actually a nice diverse mixture of Mexicans and whites and the yellow Asians, and what are you doing? It's a nice mixture.
All right.
I was talking about ROH. I was talking about ROH.
Yeah, it sounded like it.
Yeah. So we are reviewing.
That was really funny.
Yeah, I'm great. We are reviewing the Honor Reunited tour. 3 nights. The first night, the August 16th show in Edinburgh. All right, so this starts off with a tournament, an international cup tournament, with an 8-man tournament. Why don't you start? Let's just name all the participants since you got them there.
Match 1 is Jonathan Gresham versus Mark Haskins. Match 2 is Flip Gordon versus Kip Sabian. Match 3 is Jimmy Havoc versus Christopher Daniels. Match 4, I already know why.
What's up, dude?
Match 4 is Hangman Page versus Joey Hendry.
Yeah, that's it. You did it.
That's it.
He did it.
Dude, first fuck up with my notes. Are you ready?
Yeah.
The first 2 matches, I was taking notes for it, and then my phone died, and when I reopened it after letting it charge and putting it on pause for like 20 minutes, it was fucking gone. I'm like, this is bullshit.
Well, you're not good at this note thing. Huh?
All right, there's my first fuck up.
Your only fuck up. You gotta stay positive.
Yeah.
So the first match, we have Jonathan Gresham versus Mark Haskins. It's a round 1 match in the tournament. There's a lot of fast-paced moves and counters going in this match starting off, but at one point Haskins puts Gresham in a sharpshooter where Haskins leans back so fucking far it's like he's laying on him. It looks so fucking painful. And the thing I liked about it was whenever he put it on and leaned back, it was like maybe 3 seconds and Gresham fucking tapped. So like he didn't sit there, and it really put the move over as to be really devastating. So Haskins won that first match by submission.
Yeah, I'm not much of a Gresham guy, and obviously we don't see a lot of this Haskins guy except for when they tour in UK. So I really didn't have any dog going into this match. Any
dogs in the fight?
Yeah.
I like Gresham. You don't like the wrestlers. Like he's kind of reminds me of Zack Sabre because he does a whole lot of wrestling, like a lot of ground wrestling stuff. Yeah. There's a specific match which is absolutely nothing but wrestling. I don't think it's even Gresham though. It might be.
Oh, I will admit I do like the stuff that's going on between Jay Lethal and Gresham overall. When they tag and like there's this rivalry between the two that they keep teasing.
Yeah.
But like an intense respect between both of them. I do like that.
I don't like the whole I don't like the segregation factor. But next we have Flip Gordon versus Kip Sabian. This is also a round 1 match in the International Cup. Flip hits a beautiful back thrust kick to Sabian right in the head. It looked amazing, dude. Flip does a lot of the same moves in most of his matches, but they're just so enjoyable to watch.
Yeah,
like they look so good,
dude. His kip ups. Like, do you think that's why like they put them against one another? Is because Flip does kip ups and this guy's named Kip?
I mean, that's the only reason I can think.
And their names rhyme, Flip and Kip.
That's the only reason. They were like, let's just do it because of this. At one point, Kip sits at the commentator's table after a big dive and gives us some choice words, while Colt gives him a bottle of water, which I was laughing at. He's just sitting there talking. And not a whole lot to this match. There's a Flip hits a TKO, which is basically like a swinging cutter, and then Flip wins by pinfall. So we got Haskins and Flip both win in advance.
All right.
Next we have Kaylee Ray versus Randy Orton.
The Viper.
Yeah, I stole your joke.
Yeah, you did.
I'll give you credit.
Yeah, you're not gonna hack me, are you?
I'm not. Hack alert. This is Taz did a hack alert. God, Taz used to be so much better when he had a producer that was on there with him.
I'm so humble.
I humbly say that I created life itself. I humbly say that I caused the Big Bang. So we have Kaylee Ray versus Viper. Okay, so I thought this was kind of dumb. So Viper hits a... What are you doing?
I'm listening.
Stop playing with stuff.
I'm fidgeting.
Stop it.
Let me fidget.
No.
All right.
He threw it. You guys, if you watch the video, you'll see that he actually threw it. It's very funny.
Yeah, our YouTube video. Check us out on YouTube.
Are you recording the video?
I thought you were.
You fuck up. So this was pretty dumb. So Viper hits a Viper driver, which is, I guess, like a Michinoku driver, which the commentators say is supposed to be her finisher, but then Kaylee Ray just no-sells it and gets right up. I'm like, that's her finisher.
Do you know what I bet they fucking said as soon as that happened? Like, I can count the number of people on one hand who kicked out of that finisher.
I think you're really overselling this.
Dude, I'm not kidding. I've heard it multiple times on this tournament. I'm not making this up.
I say 2.
I guarantee you 3.
Well, what about, let's settle with 2.33.
I'll settle with that.
Yes.
It's better than what I would have gotten.
Kaylee hits a gory bomb, which was really cool, but Viper kicks out. And then Viper hits the Viper driver from the second turnbuckle, which was pretty fucking badass. It's cool when you see a women's match and you see an insane move, you're like, holy shit. And you're so used to WWE women's matches, which are just all normally just boring and terrible. Like all their other ones. And then Viper won by pinfall.
Yeah. I did like this match. I liked both of the wrestlers. Kaylee Ray, I end up liking more as the tournament poor progress. I should
It's just
say.
because you don't like fat people and you thought she was better looking than all her opponents.
Or because she was only in one match and not the other 2 nights.
Fattest. She was in 2 matches.
Fine. And I also thought it was cool when she comes out like all like Becky Lynch fucking looking with her
Kaylee?
jacket on. Yeah,
She was in at least 2 matches.
she was in one every night.
She was in all 3?
I believe so.
Oh, I couldn't remember.
I believe so.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think
We'll
you're
figure
right.
this out.
Figure this out.
Some of the physical stuff in the match wasn't. It didn't have. It had that women's match chemistry that I feel like I always notice, where there's like punches that are like nowhere near each other.
See,
There's like some stutter stepping.
I didn't notice that in these ones.
You're right though. There's definitely a lot of good stuff that came out of this match, and it wasn't all bad.
You noticed that in this one specifically?
Mm-hmm.
Really? I didn't notice that in this one. What do we got next?
Viper wins. Christopher Daniels is fighting who the
We have Christopher Daniels versus Jimmy Havoc.
Jimmy Havoc. Jimmy fucking Havoc.
Jimmy Havoc. Is this the one where he had the venom on the back of his?
Yeah, dude, he's the 3rd wrestler I've watched this week who had venom on. Fucking,
shit.
fucking.
Oh yeah.
The demon himself, Finn Balor, had the venom on. The dude on NXT had a Balor jacket with his smiley face on it. Why can't I think of his goddamn name?
Kendra Lamar.
Almost Kendrick Lamar.
Oh.
It was
I
close.
wasn't
You were
talking
close.
about Kendrick Lamar.
There's
Talking
2
about
people.
the wrestler named Kendra Lamar, but okay.
Is that a real thing?
Yes.
Did they mimic one? Did they copy
I
one
made
another?
that up.
Yes. Yes, I was like, man, Dave proved me wrong. Johnny Gargano.
Oh,
Johnny Gargano's
okay,
vest
okay.
had a Venom face on it. And then Christopher Daniels tonight, as we're about to talk about.
You also had wasn't that like a Spidey symbol on the left part of his? It looked like a spider with the legs.
That's
like
that was the Venom logo.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay. The paper cut spot was stupid. We had that.
Dude, it's that paper cut spot I told you about when he
Yeah,
wrestled.
Remember hearing about that. Remember you telling me about
And
that.
then the lemons. He didn't break out lemons till night 3, which
Yeah, not yet.
we'll get to. But, dude, I don't know. Tell me what you thought of Jimmy Havoc.
This was. I don't know if this or the third one was this is probably the least I hated. No, I didn't hate Havoc in this match. I thought the paper cut spot was stupid. I don't like his look. I think he just looks like a fucking douche. I think he looks like several like people that I've worked with. And I'm like, you look like a douche.
He looks like a Hot Topic employee who never grew out of that phase.
Yeah. I think his look is terrible. I thought the paper cut spot was dumb, but I mean, Havoc did a really cool. He did a suicide dive, and when he landed on him, he just turned it right into a tornado DDT, which was a really cool move. I like that. Well, another thing about this match I liked how Havoc kept trying to bring stuff in and make it hardcore, and Daniels just was like, nah. I thought that was funny the way they did that. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, Daniels is real good with really good for some comedic spots every once in a while.
There was a spot in here I love where Daniels staple guns Sinclair's butt, and then he gives Havoc the gun, and then when Sinclair turns around, Daniels is like it was him, like trying to get Havoc DQ, which I thought was funny.
Yeah, the staple gun was definitely not the bad part of this match. If anything, dude, the staple gun, I liked how they had that sway. How the match was gonna go. Like I thought it was just gonna go one way with the staple gun, and then it set up something else.
Yeah, because then what Todd accidentally staples Daniel's chest, and then Havoc hits the acid rainmaker.
The acid rainmaker.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing.
And they yell rainmaker too.
Yeah,
they do.
Well, why is it an acid? What does he do different?
Dude, I hope he does an acid Destino one of these days.
I mean, in his defense, how many different names are there for a fucking Michinoku driver? So. Whatever, just call it something else. But then Havoc won this one by pinfall. You got any other notes on this one?
Havoc wins.
I like how they we're 3 matches into this tournament. Oh yeah, FYI, that was an International Cup Round 1 match. I like how they're having these newer unestablished guys winning. Like when you look at the brackets, you're like, all right, Flip's going to win. Okay, fucking Daniels is going to win. And you're like, this is predictable. And the fact that they're not having them win, I think, is great. Because, dude, if this was WWE, every single fucking big name guy is automatically winning their matches and it's moving on and that's it.
I definitely did notice something, a pattern though, as it was going on. They want to at all times have a matchup between a ROH regular and one of the
newer guys,
the UK people.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I was predicting Jimmy Havoc, because he had he had more of an outgoing personality than Mark Haskins, and I thought that was going to take him all the way to that there.
Oh,
I figured it would be a UK guy, but
yeah, it's way better than any way WWE books their tournaments. That's for damn sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They're so boring.
I've never watched a tournament, so I can't even fucking say.
Dude, it's like they're King of the Ring. And how many the King of the Ring? They're like, all right, it's time for a first round match with Randy Orton and fucking Brian James. I'm like, okay, I wonder who's gonna win this fucking match. And then it's always the first round matches are always just the big guys versus no name guys, and the big guys always win, and it's so boring. So next we have Hangman Page versus Joe Hendry. We talked about this before we were on air, but I'm going to say Joe Henry's entrance music is fucking great. A little thing I didn't mention to you was, every promotion he's in, he changes the beginning, so he says their name. Like, whenever he's in Impact, he's like, I'm here to save Impact Wrestling, and here he says ROH.
Okay.
And then there's a bunch of them where he changes it, which is really cool. And then I showed you one of them. He's done a bunch of just different special entrance videos for like Dalton Castle and Sabu. It's really cool. I was hoping that he was going to do a special one for like maybe the third night here, but he didn't. But I really want to see more Joey Hendry. I also like him in the ring too.
I was a little annoyed during this match because this is the point where I noticed the fight logo on my screen, and then I remembered all the bad memories about why the fight logo was on my screen. It's because they were doing that exclusive fight TV bullshit. And you're welcome, everyone. I'm the reason that they put it on Honor Club.
It was Gable. Gable sent an email bitching about it, and that night we got an email apologizing for their fuck up, and then it was available on Honor Club.
It was actually a tweet I sent, but that's fine.
That's fine. I mean, no one tweets. That's for stupid people.
There's no way they coincidentally just sent it out an hour and a half later.
Yeah, I mean, in their defense, they did say it was going to be on Honor Club already. They just didn't say when.
Yeah.
So you sped them up is what you did.
Yeah, that's what I did.
You sped them up.
You're welcome, everyone.
Now, let me just... And this isn't specific to this match, but one thing that I don't like in ROH, I think they've even done it sometimes in New Japan, which is whenever they like do a move and they just do it back and forth like a million fucking times, like the standing switch where a guy's behind him and has his arms and the other guy goes behind him.
Oh yeah, dude.
It's so annoying, and I'm like, this is dumb.
I was afraid that you'd say differently on that because I also found it annoying.
They do different, and there's other ones they do too, not just that. There's different moves they do like that, and I'm like, all right, stop. I'm like, why hasn't the guy figured out just to punch him in the dick or something? I'm like, this is dumb.
Four times is probably like the most I can take. The fifth time is I'm like, you better fucking wrap this up soon.
Yeah, I think it's very annoying. There was a cool sequence with both their finishers getting reversed, and then Paige hit a buckshot lariat and rite of passage for the pinfall in Page 1.
Yeah. Dude, as far as Page matches go, this definitely would not be near my top. I think it didn't help. We've seen him so much, or at least for me, I've seen him so much in these G1 tournaments where he's going up against like crazy motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So this match wasn't all that great for him. It wasn't a bad match, but it was what it was.
Yeah, I mean, it
was a solid match, and that's all there was to it for me.
It's also like in a tournament like this, whenever you're just advancing, they're like saving stuff. Like, I mean, Paige's best match in the tournament was by far the last match he had in the tournament.
That was the Haskins one, right?
Yeah.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah. Next we have Adam Brooks versus Jay Lethal in a Proving Ground match. Dude, Brooks with a Fosbury flop. I fucking love that move. Early on in the beginning of the match, it was really cool. You know what a Fosbury flop is, Gable?
No, I feel like you made it up.
A Fosbury flop is whenever the guy's outside the ring and the guy inside runs to the rope and basically just does like a flip as he's running over the rope.
Oh.
It's a Fosbury flop.
Fosbury flop.
AJ did it sometimes when he would do like a shooting star press. It was insane. To the outside, it was pretty cool. It's also a great name, the Fosbury Flop. I thought it was pretty clever whenever Brooks whenever Lethal was on the apron, Brooks just pulled the rope back and let go and it snapped and hit Jay right in the dick. I was like, I've never really seen that before. It's kind of funny. This spot was fucking awesome as fuck. Brooks jumps on the second rope, and as he jumps on the second rope, he jumps back and lands in position and fucking hits a Canadian Destroyer.
Yeah, dude, that Canadian Destroyer is wicked.
I love whenever they whenever they have cool setups for them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not just the move itself, it's the way of getting to that move.
Yep. Yeah, that was really cool. Brooks jumps over the rope while Lethal is on the apron and drops him with a DDT on the apron. Was pretty cool. What do you got? Swanton.
Yeah, did that happen? Because I remember when I was reviewing my notes, I'm like, I don't remember this at all.
Yep, that happened.
Swanton reversal with knees looked dangerous.
That definitely happened. That was
all I know is it was dangerous.
Yeah, it was Lethal did it. Brooks went up for a Swanton and Lethal put his knees up and then blocked it. And Lethal did a crucifix
pin.
I
do remember that now. Okay.
Yeah, then Lethal did a crucifix pin, which I thought was a really good false finish. And then he hit the Lethal injection, and Lethal won by pinfall. I really liked this match a lot. That was really good.
Oh, motherfucker. How did I get this thing to go away?
You don't. It's there forever.
It's for real. Honor Club is for real.
Honor is real.
Honor is real.
Next we have Punishment Martinez and the Briscoes versus Marty Scurll and the Young Bucks in a 6-man match. Spoiler, Bucks and Cody won the 6-man titles, but it just hasn't aired yet. Dude, they need to book their shit better. If you're going to book your shit where you have them winning, then book it in an order where it's not going to fucking ruin it on a live event that you're going to fucking air.
I didn't even realize that they won. I didn't even realize they won belts from that, you know what I mean? I watched that and I'm like, yeah, they won, but I didn't realize it was a fucking title shot until you just said that.
This?
Yeah.
No, this wasn't a title shot.
Oh, then how they win?
They came out with them. They won them on a TV show that hasn't happened yet.
Oh, I see what you're saying now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The TV show hasn't even aired, and fucking Ian Riccoboner or whatever is just like, spoiler, they won these on a show that hasn't aired. You're going to have to watch it on ROH TV. I'm like, you fucking dickheads. I'm like, you guys are terrible at ruining your fucking shit, like, all the time. God, it's so annoying. They just need to fucking book their stuff better, man. Fuck.
How do we fix this? Is there something we can do?
Can you send a tweet?
Is there something we can do?
You need to send a tweet, and they'll fix it.
All right.
That's what happens.
Why don't we do a fucking pause here? I'll draft one up.
Was this the main event?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I got scared. I was like, I don't have another match on here. I forgot it was the main event.
Oh good.
Good.
Dude, I thought. Dude, I don't know how the fuck I thought that was a title shot from you describing it.
Yeah, I don't know.
You said spoiler alert. I thought you were like letting me know for the TV episodes in the future. I got it reversed on which one what got spoiled. I don't know. And plus the Briscoes don't even have the 6-man belt. I don't know what the fuck I just thought.
It's all the hallucinogens, man. You're fucked up, man. Let's compliment Marty Scurll real quick here.
Dude, I love Marty Scurll. He's a super junior who's fighting with all these heavyweights.
Not only is Marty amazing, great in the ring, but dude, he is so great as just a performer. Like his reactions and the way he was getting all pumped up to get in the ring with Martinez outside, and his facials were just so fucking entertaining. Like he's just so fucking good. Dude, I love Marty.
And as I don't know if this counts as a person, but something that happens in the third match. I don't know if you have a note on it or not. But
wait till we get there and you'll say it.
Or third night, I meant. You knew what I meant.
So there's a spot in here that they do all the time, but it was really well done here where, like, someone will go for the tag and the other team pulls them off so they can't do it. Like, the way they framed it here and the way one of them jumped to tag in the, that's how he tagged, he went like that.
He went like that, like a little fucking douchebag.
Yeah, it's not nice. Like, whenever Marty jumped to do it, the Briscoes pulled both Bucks off the side, and they did it. The timing was perfect, and it was framed so well that I didn't even notice it was going to happen, so it was really well done. There was the Briscoes hit a redneck boogie, and I thought it was a really good false finish there. And dude, how about when Skrull fucking pile drive fucking Martinez?
Yeah.
That dude's big.
Yeah, dude, he had him up in like a fucking vertical stance too.
Yeah, he was like a stalling pile driver. It was impressive.
It's a if you're trying to get Marty over as a heavyweight, that's stuff you got to be displaying.
Yeah.
It's a good fucking good tour to do it on too, because it's his home area.
Yeah, it's his home turf. He should have been walking out with donuts though, and just eating donuts on the way to the ring. That'd have been funny. What do you got? You got anything else?
No, just the finish. I couldn't figure out which Briscoe it was, but one of the Briscoes tapped out to that chicken wing, right?
Yeah, straight. He locked in the chicken wing, and they won by submission. The Skrull and the Bucks. Yeah, I've made it. It's been hard to do, and I've been consciously watching and being like, all right, which Briscoe's which? Yeah. Mark is the bald one, and I always in my head just put he's a Mark because he's bald. I just think that in my head to remember it. Mark is the one that's bald. He's a
Mark because he's bald.
Mark is the one that's bald.
What's that called? It's like a mnemonic or something. Johnny Mnemonic.
That's a terrible movie with Keanu Reeves, right?
I have no idea.
Oh.
Never seen it.
Okay. That's all for night one, man. That's all for night one. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed night one. I thought it was really good. You get us started on night two, bro. All right. And then we're going to take a break.
Wait. After we start or like after night two?
After this one.
After night two?
After night two's done.
Okay.
Well, this is where...
I understand now.
This is Honor United night two. Where are they at? Doncaster.
Thank God you have it.
And before you start the first match, I have one just general note where, as I started watching it, I saw lots of empty seats, and it made me sad. There were a lot of empty seats in this place.
Doncaster's not hot.
Like, they had basically the floor, and then, like, maybe 24 people in the, like, stands and no one else, and I was like, oh.
I wonder if there was, like, maybe there could have been, like, an event going on, like, elsewhere in the city.
Yeah, they should be smart enough to not book against an event, though. You know?
Did you hear about that shit with Chris Jericho was saying about Vince McMahon? Apparently Vince McMahon said to Jericho, like, they should have come to me for advice. I would have told them not to book in September because it's an awful time for booking.
No.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Yeah, I need to listen to this full interview because Jericho said something else that I wanted to quote. And he said he was done with his, he's, what the fuck did he say?
I know he said he went back on his whole only wrestling with WWE North America. He's like he went back on that.
Yeah.
So we could see him at what if he's at the MSG show? Dude, Vince would get pissed.
Dude, that would fucking Vince would not be happy.
Vince would be very not happy. Dude, quick side thing here. So, did you watch any of SmackDown this week? Probably not, right? Because it sucks.
I didn't. I think I watched. Then I watched the finish to it with the New Day. Is that SmackDown or that's SmackDown?
Yeah.
Because Raw is just Roman Reigns all the time. So.
Yeah, it's Roman Raw. That's all it is.
Ramen Reigns.
It's Ramen Reigns.
Ramen noodles.
Okay, thank you for we got it before you said that. But thank you for that. So you know how they had Becky like turn heel on Charlotte at the pay-per-view, and did I tell you how like everyone cheered Becky and everyone booed Charlotte and chanted "You deserved it" to her? So I was listening to Alvarez and Meltzer, and both of them were saying that after like I think the night after on SummerSlam, like Sunday night, they were talking about how like that's the reaction WWE was going for. They're not turning Becky heel. They're just going to make her like a badass babyface. And they purposely did that. And I'm like, I don't think they fucking did.
Dude, you see what happened on Tuesday?
That's what I'm about to talk about.
Oh, boy.
And they both said that. And then everyone was agreeing with him. There's this one dude who goes on their show, Mike Semperveni. I think it's Mike something. Mike S. Look at Mike S. He goes, I don't think that's what they did. And Alvarez is like, I guarantee you that's what they did. And then Mike's like, dude, you're telling me the same people that have booked Roman Reigns this way for the past 4 years couldn't have just fucked this up. And then Alvarez is like, this is the exact same thing that happened with Bayley and Sasha. They did the same thing where they had Bayley turn heel, and it didn't work, so they went back and changed it. And he goes, this is the same thing. They're not going to fucking do it again. They're not that stupid. And then on SmackDown... They
are not stupid.
And then on SmackDown, Becky comes out, cuts the most heel promo ever, tries to get the fans to boo her, and all they do is fucking cheer her the whole fucking time. Charlotte comes out and gets fucking booed. And I'm like, how is Vince and WWE this fucking out of touch with everything?
Yeah.
It blows my mind.
Someone was comparing Charlotte to like she's gonna be in the next Roman Reigns.
That's what they were saying,
but without selling all the merch. That may have been a quote. It may have been a quote from that.
It's from that show. Yeah, they said that's what Meltzer said. He's like and they were both saying that like they need to be careful because they're gonna turn her into Roman Reigns, but she's not selling all the merch, so it's not gonna be good. It's gonna be bad.
Yeah, dude, basically the general online fan reaction was at SummerSlam like, oh my god, this is the greatest thing they've done is this fucking match, this Becky turn, this heel turn, and then immediately on Tuesday night they're like, and they already fucked up.
Dude, it's so ridiculous. Okay, let's get back to good
immediately drops the ball.
What's the first match we got here?
Johnny Storm and the other guy do
Dude, show some respect. These guys are good.
I don't remember their names.
Johnny Storm and Jody Fleisch.
Are these like people like legends? I don't know them.
I don't know. I mean, they're good. I thoroughly enjoyed them on all their matches.
I like the one guy, but not the other guy.
You're crazy.
The Jody guy. I like the Jody guy.
You're crazy. They both did amazing moves. Amazing moves, both of them.
Really?
Dude, did you not watch the matches?
Maybe not.
Some of their double team moves were like crazy. They were so good.
And I remember them, the one guy going up to suplex the other guy in the one match, and he went up to flip him, but
yeah, he did a move. Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck's going on? I was all sorts of confused. I know. I wasn't feeling it.
Oh, Gable. So we have the Briscoes versus Johnny Storm and Jody Fleisch. Apparently they were a tag team a while ago, I guess, and they just got back together. I guess they've been a tag team for a while.
Okay.
Storm, the guy you don't like, he hit the perfect storm from the top rope, which looked like a Spanish fly that was really cool looking. You remember that at all?
I don't remember that at all.
Did you blink too much? They were fast moves. You might have blinked.
Oh, boy.
Why? You have an eye problem? I don't want to make
just
fun
go.
of you.
Come on, I'm listening.
Well, I'm not.
Keep the flow. Come on.
Fuck you. You say something.
Dude, I don't. Dude, just all right.
We got. What's that smell? That smells good.
Is it this?
Is that?
Does it smell like pumpkin pie?
That was that. Oh boy, we should eat your candle right now. I want to put your candle in my mouth. This is what you're talking about. There was this spot which I thoroughly enjoyed where Fleisch goes up to do a moonsault and then Storm goes up and German suplexes him to give him extra momentum when he does the moonsault, which I thoroughly enjoyed.
Okay.
You just kind of confused.
I put German moonplex.
I want to call it that from now on.
I said that was different for me. I didn't really know how to feel. There are like so many other times that I think I saw them try to do it and it just got broken up, and I'm like, did he just try to suplex his own guy?
Yeah, I'm gonna call it what? Would you say a German moonplex?
Moonplex.
I'm calling it a German moonplex for the rest of them.
German Moon Knight.
So Storm hits a suicide dive into a double DDT, which I thought looked really cool.
I thought it looked bad.
Why?
I don't know, it just looked weird to me. Like, it's something about it just...
Well, I mean, whenever he did it, like, he hit it, and, like, he used his weight to pull down and, like, hit the DDT. It didn't just go straight into the DDTs.
Right.
Like, he hit it and, like, was hanging, and then his weight just kind of pulled him down.
I can't remember why I didn't like it. I wish I would have put more specific notes on that. I just didn't think it looked good to me.
Fleisch hit a fucking springboard shooting star press from the top rope to the outside, which was insane.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
I think he does it the next night, too.
He does, yeah. Unfortunately, there was a botched spot, which I thought would have looked really fucking cool if they'd have hit it, where...
that's what this is done.
What's it say?
They tried an awful attempt at some Team Hurricanrana thing that just made me sad.
What it looked to me like they were going to do, and they said Hurricanrana, the commentators, but I don't think that's what they're going to fucking do.
Okay.
It looked to me like one of the two, I think Fleisch was sitting there. You know what a monkey flip is? RVD used to do them all the time. The guy's basically standing there, you jump up and grab him, and you roll back and throw him. You know what I'm talking about? Like the guy one standing here, guy two's like
a toss.
He fucking falls and tosses him over and just kind of fucking flips him over.
But he lands on his feet.
No.
I'm lost.
Like RVD is running up, he's like, there's the guy standing there. He jumps up and grabs him, falls back and throws him over his head, and the guy just lands on his back. And RVD just kind of rolls back as he throws him.
Okay, I think.
You know what I'm saying? So
So
what they were going for to me, which would have been badass, was like Fleisch was sitting up there, Storm went to grab him and do a monkey flip and throw him over his head into the other two guys, which would have been really cool, but that didn't work at all.
Yeah, whenever commentators start giving out false moves, it's gonna confuse someone like me.
Ian Riccaboni did it a lot this fucking tour.
Ian Riccaboni says the word
continuity.
Continuity all the time. I'm like, that's not what continuity means.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
Dude, there was one move where this guy nailed a DDT and he goes, "What a pile driver!" I'm like, bro, a DDT and a pile driver are so different.
I know what you're talking about. Was it the twister thing?
Yeah. I'm like, that wasn't a fucking pile driver. Yeah, Ian Riccaboni is trying to make your life more confusing.
Like, I was watching it, I'm like, that wasn't a pile driver, was it? If that was a spinning pile driver, that'd be fucking insane.
And then you question yourself. You're like, I think I know that's what it is. And
yeah.
you're like, but Ian Riccaboni works for him. Shouldn't he know better?
Right?
This is a great false finish. I really enjoyed where they hit a redneck boogie on Storm and rolled him out, so he was gone. And then they hit the froggy bow on Fleisch, but he kicked out, which was really cool. Then Jay Driller on Fleisch and Briscoes got the pinfall. I fucking loved this match. Thoroughly enjoyed this match. You don't like blacks and whites working together, huh?
Well, you know what I didn't like about that Johnny Storm guy? He did this thing, and he does it the next night too, where he would crawl backwards really fast under someone's leg, and the person would hop. But it looked like really fucking clunky, him crawling underneath someone's leg backwards. Like there should be like some wire ropes going on.
I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
Dude, he so imagine like
I can picture it, okay. But I just don't remember, like, if he did it, I don't remember it standing out in any way to me.
I'm like, he's going way too slow for this to be like actually like looking like it's a real thing.
The only thing about Johnny Storm that I think is weird is that he kind of looks like Dr. Evil. He doesn't look like he's gonna be like some like high flyer guy or something. Does these moves? He looks like some like short fucking. He's like George Costanza, but more bald. He's just like short, stocky dude. Where I'm like, what's? And he has a weird looking face. But I like them. I like them both. I'd have sex with them. If they're listening.
I'll pass.
If they're listening.
All right.
Next up, we have some semifinals for the International Cup. Who's going at it here?
Flip and Haskins.
Flip Gordon and Mark Haskins going at it.
Dude, Flip's kip ups in this match, like they were well timed. I don't know if you noticed that while you were watching, but normally you had a problem because he just did them like crazy.
Dude,
before.
I haven't seen him do that in forever, and I'm so happy.
He did it in this match, but like they were like timed, like so it was actually like to avoid a move rather than just to look fucking retarded.
Well, I thought he only did one kill. I didn't think he did multiple in a row.
I think no, not in a row.
Yeah.
Just like at a time, but I think there were 2 or 3 spots where he used it.
Yeah, like every time since I've watched, and whenever he's in New Japan and did that, like afterwards, every time he does them to avoid moves, not just to look cool.
Yeah.
So I'm like, sweet. I thought this one had a couple great false finishes in it, and they really got me too in the moment of them happening. I'm like, I was kind of into it, and I already knew who won. I didn't mention that this dude. It's not fair. It's a curse. So I start this show right. The first fucking match I watch in this whole fucking three night of shows is Mark Haskins. And I'm like, man, that chick is so fucking hot. What's her fucking name?
Oh, no.
I Google Haskins, and it says, well, Mark Haskins beat Jay Lethal. And I'm like, what the fuck ever? I was like, I just wanted to know her fucking name. It's not fair.
Your dick got you in trouble.
It's not fair. It did. It's not fair. But
wouldn't it be the first time?
Ain't that the truth? So there was a really cool... They give the name of it out later. I think it's called... I don't remember what it's called. I'll have to find out what I get to in the notes, but... Haskins has a really cool finisher. It's like a pump handle Michinoku driver, which is a really cool move. And he nailed it on Flip to get the pinfall. Like, dude, I enjoyed this tournament. And I can only imagine how much more I would have enjoyed it not knowing fucking Haskins is going to win. Because if I was watching this, I'd been like, okay, Flip's winning this one. You know what I mean? I'd be like, all right, Paige is going to win this one. But like, it'd have been a surprise to me every time he won. But
yeah, if it makes you feel any better, as soon as like this round was over, I instantly knew who was winning. It had to be the UK guy because they wouldn't put Jay Lethal up against someone who's in like a ROH regular. You know what I mean?
Well, I thought they would just because like there's a better chance he's going to lose it to him. Yeah. He's not losing it to a Mark Haskins.
That's what up until like the last few minutes of that match where Haskins was fighting Page, I was like fully convinced that Haskins was winning, and then I got a little shaky as the match was going on.
Until Haskins won, I would have thought it would have been Page, because it'd have been like, there is a chance that they could have Page win it as an upset here and just give it to him, like, because it could happen.
But if they do want to give Page like an actual push. Because Lethal just got it, they're not. It's less likely they'll give it up so quickly. And if they want to give Page an actual push, they probably want to protect that match.
Well, I mean, they could just make Jay just kind of been like the transitional one to get it to Hangman, and like they could have it where the belt run makes Page. You know what I mean? Like, because there's been times where you put like a belt on a guy and you're like, holy shit, they put it on him. But then like Lethal. Like, when Lethal first won the title, like, he wasn't, like, this fucking amazing, like, everyone knows who Jay Lethal was, but, like, he won the world title, and then he won the TV title, had this long-ass run, and then he's established as fucking Jay Lethal, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you see him as a champion. Like, they could have, like, put it on Page, and then just had a long-ass run with it, and a really good run to make Page, you know what I mean, to make him a main guy, but...
Yeah.
Like you said, though, like, the doubt I would have is that Jay just won it, because... ROH and New Japan aren't really ones for, especially for major titles, to switch them fast like that.
Oh, they could, because if you look at it from the perspective of, does Jay Lethal need the fucking belt? He doesn't. He doesn't need the belt, and they could use that as a way to get someone who's lesser known over. Yeah. And Paige is on that push right now, so I do see what you're saying.
Yeah, so I just really, I wish I could go back in time and not want to fuck Vicky Haskins or Nick, whatever her fucking name. I don't remember her name. How fucked up is that? It's ruined because I don't even know what it is. So, like, I wish I could go back and watch this without knowing that to see, like, how different it would be for me for my reactions. But,
well, another reason that I guess we'll get there when we get there. You know, we'll get there when we get there. I'm getting ahead of us.
Did we finish the last match?
Haskins wins. I bet Havoc. I even wrote in my note who I thought was winning. I bet Havoc loses, then Haskins wins against Page. Wait. I think I said it backwards. Dude, I thought I for sure thought Havoc was winning.
Okay. Yeah, because I remember whenever we were asking who would win, you were like, you thought Havoc was going to win the whole tournament.
I think I just wrote it backwards in my notes, but whatever.
So this is Page versus Havoc in the semifinals. Okay, let's angry Dave. So this match starts off, and the commentators are talking about the paper cut spot, and they sounded like fucking idiots. One of them goes, It isn't incredibly painful, but it's really aggravating. It'll keep your mind on that the whole match, I would assume. You sound like a fucking idiot. Yeah. It's a paper cut.
Yeah, dude.
But then, Havoc does the paper cuts to Page's hand and his mouth, and then the commentators talk about how insanely painful it is. You just got done saying it's not that painful. Oh my god, the commentating made the paper cut spots so much worse here, but go on.
Yeah, it's probably a hard spot to work with as a commentator.
Can you not do it?
Yeah.
Can you not?
I see Ian pulling Jimmy Havoc closer. Like, listen, I know you're the talent here, and I'm just an announcer, but
I'm already having trouble as it is.
Your paper cut spots are really fucking dumb.
I can't think of any songs that have paper cut in it. Come on, please don't do that.
I can't reference any '90s Nickelodeon cartoon.
Oh, I hate you, Riccaboni.
I don't hate Riccaboni. I mean, I hate that fucking.
I don't hate him. He's a lot better than
Ronaldo. NXT dude.
But like, dude, Ian Riccaboni's commentary. Okay, I am angered by Ronaldo. I'm annoyed by Riccaboni. He's annoying to me. Because
would you say he's painful?
No, it doesn't hurt.
See what I did there?
It doesn't hurt. The paper cut. It doesn't hurt. Like all of his music references, every time I'm just like, every time.
Yeah.
When he messes up moves, I'm like, come on, dude. But I don't know. He's not as bad. It could be worse.
Yeah.
You look like it could be worse.
Let's see. Havoc drinks a beer in this one.
He's done a lot of beer drinking the last 2 nights.
He does a lot of beer drinking. That's some like ECW type shit though, huh?
Yeah. Interacting with the crowd type thing.
Yeah, I love that shit.
So another spot that I thought was kind of dumb was whenever water gets thrown into the ref's eyes, And I guess this is like some sort of poison acid water or something because the ref was just blinded forever. I'm like, bro, it's water. You're good.
Wipe it away.
It's water.
It's clean.
Yeah, like, I was like, why didn't you throw beer in his eyes?
What do you think he does when he gets in the shower? He just screams in pain.
And then he picks up a bar of soap and kills himself because he can't take what might happen.
He stabs himself with a bar of soap.
Dude, he gets a shower and then he just he walks around blind for 10 hours afterwards. Like, what the fuck, dude? Why didn't they throw it's in a water bottle. It couldn't have been misconstrued as anything else. It was clearly water.
There definitely wasn't L'Oreal for kids in there. No more tears for him.
It was so fucking stupid. Havoc, he staple guns Paige's hand and ass. And then he stapled... oh, this is funny. This is a play on the last match he had, but he staples his 8x10 to his own chest and gives Paige the staple gun to try to trick the ref, which I thought was funny. It's kind of a play on what Daniels did to him, which I thought was really cool. A nice little callback to the other match.
Dude, the staple gun stuff was on point.
Yeah, I had no problem with that. And there was a specific spot with that staple gun in the third one I want to talk about, which I like, but... he hits the acid rainmaker, and I thought this was a great false finish. This may have been one of your... I've seen a handful of guys kick out of this acid rainmaker. It might have been here. Might have had one of them. And then the ref gets bumped, and Paige stapled Havoc's head. I'm just like, ugh. It's not cool. Yeah. And then a buckshot lariat and the most devastating rite of passage I've ever seen. Dude, when he does these rite of passages, I'm like, this guy is a centimeter from paralysis. Like, his head is hitting the mat. And if there's this much more space, his fucking spine is getting compressed. They're so close. Oh my god.
Maybe it's just his hair hitting the mat. Jimmy fucking Havoc. Jimmy fucking Havoc.
I hate you. Who won this? Paige?
Yes.
Paige won in advance to the finals, which will be Haskins versus Paige.
Next up we have Kaylee Ray versus... I didn't even have the chick's name. Did you have her name?
Charlie Evans.
Yeah, I definitely did not have that.
Charlie Evans. Dude, Evans took some brutal fucking chops. You see her chest was all fucked up later in the match? It was all fucking red and meaty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not her boobs, but above them.
Thank you for clarifying.
Above her boobs.
Yeah, I didn't have many notes, but I did think this was a good match nonetheless.
Yeah, I have to say, I don't know that any of these women's matches disappointed. Actually, I enjoyed all of them.
We did not see Kaylee Ray's finisher move in the first match, did we?
The gory bomb.
Yeah, is that what that is? Where they're on her back and then
I can't remember.
Get laid out face down. It's like a power bomb basically facing the other way, but at waist level.
I don't remember. I'd have to look through my deleted notes. I don't want to go back.
I feel like it would have been harder to do with a
big girl like that.
Yeah,
that's a good point. That's a good point.
Dude, what I was really annoyed about in that first match was all the fucking we're best friends type bullshit. So we're not gonna have any heat at all.
Well, Viper won that first match, so I don't think she would have hit her special.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. That's a good point.
But
only a handful of people have kicked out of that.
That's well, only one has no sold it like that bitch did. But that's the oldest story in the book. We're friends, so we're gonna get along at first, and then we're gonna end up fighting because it gets serious. That type of thing they did in the first match.
Did they? I don't think it got serious at any point.
In the first one?
Yeah, I don't think it did.
One of them, Kaylee, slapped her, and, it did. They were just fuck you.
Maybe for, a split second, but...
Yeah, dude, I don't know which one it was. One of them, they were pretending to be friends. The other one just, hit the other one in the face, and, then it was on. But there was a running and sliding flatliner to Evan, which I thought was really cool when she was on her knees. It looked good.
Yeah.
That one was cool. And then, this was the gory... We got to see the gory bomb to Evans, and Kaylee won by pinfall.
It's a nice-looking move.
Yeah, it's cool-looking. I enjoy it. Next up, we have Punishment Martinez versus Delirious in a Proving Ground match. Nothing really stood out in this one for me. I didn't really have any notes for this one. You have anything? Delirious is fun. Dude.
No, I didn't even have any notes at all for this.
You know about Delirious? I like whenever how Delirious is yelling and rambling?
Yeah.
I like when he does it in the middle of a move or spot happening. He's still doing it. He's getting slammed. He's blah, 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 blah. I think it's pretty funny.
It reminds me of it's a old character from one of those Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
Like a Tasmanian Devil?
Not Taz, but the one that I think it was just called Caveman or something.
I know what you're talking
He
about.
had a lot of hair, very hairy.
Yeah,
Had
that
like
big
a club.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That guy was hot.
It reminds me of Deliriousness.
Maybe that is Delirious.
Delirious.
Oh yeah. Martinez did hit a super duper choke slam on Delirious. It was a pretty devastating choke slam. And then Martinez won by pinfall.
Yeah,
he was the winner.
This was pretty squashy, huh?
Yeah, it was definitely fairly squashy.
Might be why I didn't have any notes.
It had some squash on it.
It could be in a SummerSlam event.
Yeah, it would be a great SummerSlam squash fest. Next up, we have Joe Henry versus Kip Sabian versus Marty Scurll versus Christopher Daniels.
Dude, there's something about that Sabian guy that, especially when he came out for his entrance and threw up his arms, reminds me just like fucking Finn Balor. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you caught it, but just like something like his like attitude reminded me of like some of the heel Balor shit I've seen him come out.
I'm gonna be honest, and this guy's one of them. Certain guys, I kind of just like look at like their asses when they come out, so I'm not really seeing what they're doing with their hands. I'm just trying to be honest. Like this is one of them, but so I didn't notice that.
You know how like Balor comes out and at certain spots in his music will throw up his hands. I feel like he's going for like a generic version of that.
Well, he's a heel though. That's like
yeah.
But dude, I like every time Kip comes out, he gets the ref to hold the ropes and comes in a different way. He's just like, fuck you. I kind of like Kip. Kip's funny. There's actually a spot in the beginning here that I loved. I laughed my ass off with this. So Sabian just leaves the ring and tells the other three just to fight each other. So Joe and Marty and Chris, they're all going at it, right? They're doing a whole bunch of different moves, and they're just doing a bunch of pin attempts and reversals, and they jump up and they all do like the standoff, right? And then Kip just runs in the ring and gets in the standoff.
Yeah.
That was really fucking funny.
That was some funny shit.
Yeah.
Dude, speaking of Marty fucking, that place erupted for Marty.
Dude, his hometown.
Yeah, dude.
It was home country, I guess.
I can't get over it every time he enters the ring, on this tour. They just fucking go nuts for him.
He didn't have his mask, I noticed, for any
Yeah,
of them.
I noticed that too.
Interesting.
Except the one guy who was at the top of the ramp also
Dude,
had
I saw that guy earlier. I'm like, I hope Marty acknowledges him. This guy went all out, and then he gave him the too sweet. I was like, yes.
I'm surprised he gave him the 2 sweet and not the 1 sweet.
He's not worried about getting the suit, I guess, on Fight TV. It's the only place to watch it then. Dude, at one point, Joe Henry he fall away slammed Scurll and Sabian at the same time, which was impressive as fuck. That takes some. I mean, these aren't huge guys, but still, that's fucking two dudes at the same time. And then at another point, Scurll had a gory special on Sabian and a Boston Crab on Daniels at the same time, which was a really cool spot.
Yeah, a lot of double things.
Dude, I love stuff like that. It's just so unique.
Dude, I had a note about Sabian doing a bridge pin, and he had someone else I forget what the rest of the move. I think he had 2 pins going on at once. I'm like, who do you count out?
Dude,
then?
that sounds so familiar to me. I can't remember what it was, but that does seem familiar to me. Dude, how about Daniels doing that Arabian press from the apron where he just jumps up and fucking bounces off the rope and does a moonsault to the outside? That was pretty cool looking.
That's what that is.
Yeah, I love a nice Arabian press.
That's a good looking move. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks cool. There was just a lot of awesome spots in this match, and you have anything else before the finish?
What is this thing Marty wins with?
Dude, I like this. It is a butterfly slam.
I just don't know what it was.
Yeah, it was like a butterfly slam to Sabian, and Scurll won by pinfall. And I like that he won with a different move.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Something new. Hopefully we can he can get that move over, and we can see it more often.
Yeah, that was a great match. I really like that match.
Who do we got last? We got this isn't last. We have 2 matches
left. Yeah.
I don't have many notes for this match. It's Nick and Matt Jackson.
Nick and Matt. Oh, dude, the first note I have, I love it. You're gonna know. You might have a note for this too, but it was the Bucks versus Lethal and Gresham. Dude, I go, oh fuck! How about whenever Matt shakes Gresham's hand and pulls him back and goes, "Where do you think you're going?"
I have a note for it, but dude, I knew you would. So I
popped hard. I was like, "That's fucking great." I thought that was so great.
Yeah.
This was something this wasn't like a big deal move, but I've never seen it before, so I thought it was cool. Lethal had Matt in a wheelbarrow, which is not a wheelbarrow, but a wheelbarrow, which I thought it was wheelbarrow forever
dude,
too.
I
gotta
thought
type
that
in-
moment that you discovered it as well.
Yeah, dude. I remember recently. I forgot because I went to type in wheel B and I'm like, oh yeah, barrow, because like I knew, but like, so Lethal had Matt in a wheelbarrow, and then Matt goes to like kind of roll him up and do a pin. And you know how whenever like Matt would roll, Lethal would roll too, and they pin each other, and he pins him, right? Well, like instead of Lethal rolling too, Matt just fucking rolled up and then dropped Lethal right on his face, which was really cool. I've never seen that before. So I love whenever I get to see something I haven't seen before, like a nice, unique new move. Whenever wrestling's been around for 50 billion years and you've seen so much of it, when you can see something new, it gets me all hard.
Why wouldn't you want to see Roman Reigns win the Universal belt?
We got a Roman Reigns reference in the third night from Martinez.
Oh, dude, that shit was fucking
cool.
funny. I forgot to take a note.
I thought this was a really cool spot where Lethal has Nick in a figure four, and then Gresham does a 450 splash while he still has him in the figure four. I thought that was cool. And then and I love this. Like, things like this make me so happy. Earlier in the match, like, Nick was kind of making fun of Gresham a lot, and at one point, Gresham just fucked up his leg. And throughout you got a note for it, huh?
I don't know what's happening.
Okay, probably reviewing the Green Lantern today. Is that Tom Cruise?
Hopefully not.
You're doing it. You're doing it.
There it is. Okay, we're good.
So Nick's been selling his leg throughout this whole fucking match. And then they go for the Meltzer driver, right?
Yeah.
And then Nick springboards, his leg gives way, and he fucking falls.
Yeah, dude.
It looked real, which obviously it wasn't, but it looked really good. And they did a great job telling the story to lead up to that spot.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So well done. I love stuff like that.
Yeah, they sold that leg injury throughout the match. Just little things. I mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't like the whole time you're watching him like nag. He's still doing some stuff. He's interacting in the match. Yep. But you still notice it here and there that there's a fucking issue with his leg.
See, in times like this is whenever like I get annoyed by Cornette being like, oh, these guys don't sell, but they don't tell stories anymore. It's like, dude, they did so great with that. Dude, and props to Cornette. Cornette was talking about how great the Bucks and all of them are for like having sold out the All In and Madison Square Garden. He's like, I'm happy for him. Yeah. He's like, I want him to do good.
Yeah.
And then Cornette basically goes, I've just given up on hating him because I know that everyone loves this and I'm never going to have the wrestling again that I used to love, so I just gave up. So he's just like, whatever. There's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah, dude. It's like fucking, I don't know. It's a dumb complaint to have.
Yeah, I mean, certain things like I complain about too, which I get, but I mean, overall, they're fantastic. You know what I mean?
I'll definitely agree that they really need to not push themselves to the limit as far as like dangerous stuff, which in Ring of Honor I don't think we see as much of. I think in New Japan is just where they go all out.
Dude, I don't think in either, because I remember, and you saw it too because you watched them all. There was a Being the Elite where Nick and Matt were talking about how they do like maybe like 60% of what they're capable of doing.
Yeah,
and the stuff that they used to do because they want to like extend their careers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's smart. I mean, like, I'd like to go back and watch some old Young Buck matches to see the crazier shit they do. Can only imagine.
Dude, it's a real shame that they are as successful as they are, because if they do ever go to WWE, there's a good chance they are not going to NXT and we're not getting that last hurrah.
Dude, they're gonna get straight to getting fucked in the ass. Well, this match, Jay hit a lethal injection, and Lethal and Gresham won by pinfall. So it was a good match.
Yeah.
And what's the main event?
Haskins versus Page
in the finals for the International Cup.
Swapping spit with them and making out and getting all dirty and hot and bothered.
Look at my first note. I put nice loogie action in the beginning. Dude, Page isn't the first time Page has done that shit. Page really gets into loogies. It's really weird.
It's because he likes to spit on his boots and clean them all the time. He's a loogie aficionado.
And then he just gets surprised when the camera gets at him. But Vicky Haskins is hot. I got a note about that because that ruined the whole tournament. So might as well talk about it. She's hot. Dude, I thought there was great shit in this match. Like, I didn't have any notes for like the first 20 minutes. Like, there weren't any like crazy moves I've never seen before, but like it was just great shit. I still thoroughly enjoyed this match. I mean, even though I already knew who won, I was super into the match.
Yeah, I like the Hangman moonsault from the top turnbuckle to the outside, dude. I always go.
Yeah.
It's insane to see any move perform from the top turnbuckle to the outside.
And all I can think of is how, like, I feel like this is so much higher than it seems like on TV.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I feel like standing up there, you'd be like, dude, because we were on that fucking thing at work, the busculator.
The genie?
The genie. That's not even close. Yeah, when you're on the genie at work, dude, you're standing 20 feet off the ground all the way up. That's only 20 feet.
Dude, it looks terrifying when you're up there.
It's so scary. Like, you gotta figure, they're about 10 feet off the ground when they jump to the outside. That's half the height of that fucking genie. That's fucking high. You know what I mean? Like, that's so high. But yeah, that's you take that stuff for granted. That's crazy. But
let's see, what else do I got here? Yeah, dude. But like I was talking about earlier, is that fucking I was fully confident that Haskins is going into this match winning, and
we should have had a long discussion beforehand to convince both of ourselves that it could have gone either way.
Yeah,
maybe we'd have enjoyed it more. I still enjoyed it a lot, even though I knew Haskins was winning.
No, dude, like. It was the way the match was going that had me reconsidering my position because they were doing such a good job at swaying the match back and forth, especially towards the end. And I really that's the next match I wanted to talk more about. But yeah, I'll talk more about why when we get there. When he's fighting Jay Lethal, about why what I think they could have done better. In this tournament.
What Page had a devastating cradle tombstone pile driver on Haskins. That one where he like has him in front and hooks his legs around and falls straight down. They do in New Japan all the time.
Yeah.
And then dude, Page goes. The best Canadian destroyer possible is with Page, because when Page sets up for the rite of passage, it's basically about to take a Canadian destroyer. So, like, at the end of this match, Page goes for the rite of passage, and it goes straight into a Canadian destroyer, and it was so fucking cool. Oh, I fucking loved it. And then right after that, Haskins follows it up with his pump handle driver, and Haskins won by pinfall, and he is the International Cup winner. I fucking love the finish of this with the Canadian destroyer, and then the pump handle driver was very well done. And I also like that they had... I like that they had Haskins win this tournament because WWE would be so confused by watching this. They're like, why did that guy win? He's not Roman Reigns. People don't know this guy.
He's not Roman Reigns.
They'd be so confused. Like, why didn't Page win? People know who that is.
The finals would have been Roman versus...
Roman.
No, who the fuck was that triple threat match against that one time to be contender? Remember you told me I had to guess?
I was like Lashley.
Oh yeah, Lashley, Roman, and Strawn.
Yeah.
Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman. Strawn Broman.
But that's it for night 2. We're gonna save, and then we'll be back with night 3, and you won't even notice a thing. People's brains confuse me. I'm done with this.
Are we good? We're on.
It's time for night 3, August 19th, on a Reunited in London.
All right.
London.
Just add this to my list so I don't forget about it. London. How come every time I come around, my London bridge want to go down?
Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you?
London. It's going down. London. It's going down.
What is wrong with you?
I'm Fergie. Can't you tell?
Oh. Are you, like, not a normal human being? Or
no, I'm
like...
Fergie. I'm banging Josh Duhamel. Is that his name?
Yeah. All right, and
I'm trying to pull the. There we go. It's about fucking time. What do we got first? We got John Hendry. John Hendry?
No, it was Joe Hendry versus
Joe Hendry
versus Jonathan Gresham in a blow up Ariana Grande match to see who would win first in London.
Is that where that happened?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know.
Dude, while we were doing this, I went on my phone to look up her name because I couldn't remember it just for that joke. So I was like,
what dedication.
I was like, what the fuck was that girl's fucking name? I want to say this joke. Dude, this match was a whole lot of wrestling and counter wrestling and some funny spots in between, and that was it.
Dude, I think you've hit my target right on the head. It was an okay match, but kind of boring.
I thought this match was great.
I know.
I thought it was great. Gresham won by pinfall. You just don't like wrestling.
No, it's gay.
It's gay? No, I mean like the actual wrestling, like the mat wrestling stuff.
No,
I fucking love it. I love just seeing like the different things they do. Because there's tons of stuff I haven't seen before. I like the different way they do things and make it look real and stuff. I love it.
There's times where I like that, but then there's times where it's like I just don't want it to be the whole match.
Oh, but it's so good. It's different. It's something different.
Oh, I mean, I have to appreciate it for being there, but I don't have to.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
You do.
You can't fucking make me.
Say it was good.
It was okay.
All right.
Okay and good are synonyms.
He said he loved it. All right. So next, this one didn't have enough. This one, we had Flip Gordon versus Kip Sabian versus Hangman Page.
You know what I think I might not like about it? It's not that I don't like it. It's that I just don't have anything to say about it. Is that a thing?
Well, are you saying that you're sitting here watching this, you're like, I got to get my notes ready, and you're frustrated because you don't have any, so it makes you not enjoy it as much?
That's a possibility.
I mean, I had no notes. I just said that they wrestled and I liked it.
Okay.
But, I mean, well, then do it this way. Like,
I'll try to, whenever one of those are happening next time, I'll keep in mind, like, hey, maybe I don't need notes.
Dude, if I'm watching a match, the Hangman match, I went 20 minutes without writing a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what I do. I'm like, look, if I have notes, I do. If I don't, I don't. I'm not going to... I mean, I don't think that's what it is, but you never know. That could be it. I think you just don't like... I think it's just kind of boring for you.
Okay.
But we'll see. So we have this triple threat match with Page, Gordon, and Sabian. The stuff with Page staying out and coaching Flip in the beginning was pretty funny. I enjoyed it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He pulled him aside. He said, you go first.
Dude... I liked whenever he pulls Flip over and he tells Flip to kick him, and then the guy clearly heard and Flip goes to do it, and the guy reverses it. That was funny.
Even Ian Riccaboni pointed out that like we all heard it.
Yeah. Paige and Flip both hit running shooting star presses on Sabian at the same time, which was awesome. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
Marty and Flip took Japan. We had Flip and Paige. Flip and Paige working together and not fighting each other was pretty cool until it fell apart like it always does. Dude, because it's bound to happen.
Flip took a body for Paige, and Paige was like very appreciative of that. And then they get like a high five. And I'm like, all right, they're gonna start accepting Flip into the group now. This is what's gonna happen.
I had a note that I got rid of because I was getting out all the the filler bullshit, but. I was like, I want to see a match. Like, this would have been great. I want to see a match where, like, it's a match like this where it's two guys that know each other, so they just double team the third guy and never turn on each other the entire match. Because they always do. There's always something that happens where the one guy does something and blah, 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 and they just end up fighting each other. I want to see it happen, like, the whole match, and you're like, all right, they got along the whole time. Sweet. I've never seen that.
Huh.
Because why wouldn't they? It makes sense, and then when it gets to
the
end...
But if one goes for the pin, then they lose, though.
Well, it gets to the end, and then one of them is just like, you know what, dude? You do this one. You take it, Flip. Paige is already fucking... He was in the tournament.
Flip could have done that to get in bed with Paige and Cody.
To fuck him.
Yeah.
But dude, Paige was just in the tournament. Paige already lost his finals in the tournament, right? So he could be like, "You take this one, Flip." I was in the finals. I did great. You get this one. He could do that. It's not unheard of.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you understood what I was saying.
Yeah. He could be like, "Hey guys, look,
yeah.
I mean, it might, yeah. Do you think Flip's gonna be in that battle royal?
Dude, I don't know I think they're planning on doing something nuts
with Flip.
Yeah.
Well,
not like crazy, but like something that you just weren't you weren't expecting.
Do you think that Jay Lethal's going to lose the title at All In to the winner of the Battle Royal?
Does the winner of the Battle Royal get it, or the winner of the Battle Royal gets a chance at
They get it at All In. The winner of the Battle Royal is fighting Lethal at All In for the title.
But like immediately after, or the Battle Royal itself is the...
They're getting it immediately after. They're fighting him the same night.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand now.
You know what I mean? So I'm wondering if they're going to do something like, what if Flip's in it and he wins and he beats Lethal or something crazy? Like,
dude, I'm so scared of what's going to happen to the Bullet Club after the Jacksons.
Is fine.
The Jacksons and
the Bullet Club won't be fine then.
The Jacksons go to WWE.
They might not go.
It's so funny when they were standing down in what's that UCF, right? Where they Full Sail.
Yeah. That was pretty funny. Fuckers.
Is that University of Central Florida that's at?
No, it's Full Sail University is where they're
University of Florida. Oh, Full Sail University. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was just called Full Sail Arena. For some reason, wasn't one of them at Central Florida.
Probably.
One of the shows.
One of them fought the Miami Gators. I know that. There was a sweet spot in the corner where...
You're a douchebag.
Why?
It's so funny.
What'd I do? There was a sweet spot in the corner where Paige has Sabian set up for a power bomb, and Flip runs up and jumps onto Paige's legs and German suplexes Sabian, which I thought was really cool. Do you have a note for that?
No.
Oh.
I exited out the last note.
All right, what else you got?
Paige buckshots Flip and oh wait, that's the ending.
Go for it.
Oh, Paige buckshots
him.
Buckshots him. This is some Photoshop. It's like a Photoshop version where you put tassels on them.
See, whenever you said buckshop, I just imagine them wearing like old lady hats and just shopping at the market or something. I don't know why.
No, it's like Photoshop, but like you just put a bunch of like colorful tassels on their clothing.
Oh, my battery's on at 15%. That's scary.
I
think it'll be fine though.
Paige buckshots Flip and rite of passage on Kip for the win.
Nice. Paige won by pinfall. He nailed it.
Let's see.
What's next? What do you got next? You can say her name.
What the fuck?
What'd you do?
It's doing the thing.
The thing? I hate that thing.
Kaylee Ray has
a match with
You're supposed to have the matches down there.
You gotta say who'd she wrestle?
Oh boy, I need to figure this out. See if I have anything in here.
I don't think you will.
No, I don't think I do.
I see Mark use something, so that's definitely a different
that's
match.
The next match.
All right, so Kaylee Ray fought Aisha Raymond.
No idea.
Aisha Raymond. We had SoCal Val on commentary for this match.
Oh, fucking great! I bet you she represents Fight TV.
Yeah.
Does she?
I don't know. She was at the beginning of like every fucking.
And she talked about Fight TV at the beginning. I think she represents Fight TV. Fuck. What's her name?
SoCal Rouse.
Fuck you, SoCal Val.
Oh, you said it right. I hate you. I tried to trick you. There was a spot where Aisha had Kaylee Ray up for a suplex, and Kaylee reverses it, coming down and nails the DDT on Aisha. Dude, her face hit the mat so hard. I was like, she probably broke her nose, but...
Wait, from what position was this?
She had her up in a suplex.
Uh-huh.
And then Kaylee just comes back down and just DDTs Aisha.
I think that's what it is. I said brain buster.
Yeah.
But it looked like she was losing a hold on her, and I think that was quick thinking.
You think so?
I couldn't tell. It was either like on purpose that it was meant to look shaky, or by accident. But it looked fucking nice regardless, though.
Yeah, it did.
Dude, there were a few times where it looked like that, like it was a move that was going to be botched, and Kaylee Ray had quick thinking to turn it into something else.
Save the day, or it could have been on purpose to make it look like that. You're right, you can't tell.
I don't know. Yeah. But I mean, it's good that it looked good though. Still,
it did look good.
Nonetheless, I'm definitely a fan of her, and I hope she travels with
Kaylee Ray.
Yeah.
There's several of these people. I'm like, I hope they sign them, but I'm just like. I feel like it's very expensive for ROH to just fly all these people out across from, like, you know what I mean?
Fuck,
like,
you're right.
That's going to be a lot of money to just fly people from other countries to bring them over. So I'm like, oh, man. So I don't know.
I wish Thunder Rosa was another one that would have stayed. The one who was down in Texas. She had the half-painted face.
Oh, yeah. I like her. She's a good person.
That's why you like her.
She's good people. Kaylee Ray hits a gory bomb on Aisha, and I thought it was a great false finish. This may have been one of your. No one's kicked out of it.
It definitely was. I remember for this one.
Okay. And then what happened?
Kaylee Ray has a surprise roll up for the win.
Yeah, I think it was some like a fireman's carry position or something. Yeah, Kaylee Ray won by pinfall. So that was another solid match from Kaylee Ray. She's been delivering. She's been doing pretty good. Next we have Mark Briscoe versus Christopher Daniels. You know what's annoying? Every time I type Daniels, it puts an apostrophe every fucking time.
Really?
I hate it. So there was a spot early on which I really liked a lot. So they go outside, and Mark lifts up the padding from the floor and like kind of moves it aside. And he brings Christopher Daniels over to do a move on him, and then Daniels blocks it, and he goes going to do a move on Mark, and then Mark blocks it. They keep going back and forth trying to do the move to each other to the exposed floor. And then something happens where I think Mark just like hits Christopher Daniels. So then Mark walks back over, puts the padding back down, and like pats it, and he's like, like because he didn't get hurt. And then Daniels just suplexes him onto the exposed floor anyway, like over a little bit. But dude, the thing that I really loved was, I don't know if you caught this, but the second time he suplexed him on the exposed floor, Mark like looked up and grabbed the fucking camera and like yelled into the camera like in pain.
Yeah.
It was such a great, like it looked so real and so good. I loved when he did that. It was so cool.
And it fucked up the camera too.
Yeah.
I think they went back to it later. And
was that the one that had the like part?
There was like
in
a
the
line
corner?
on the side.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, line?
Jay comes down to distract the ref. And then Mark hits Daniels with a chain, right?
Yeah.
And then he wraps it around Daniels' neck and then locks in a rear naked choke over top of the chain so the ref can't see it. Mm-hmm. And then Mark Briscoe won by stoppage. Then what happened? Something else happened after that?
Then we had what's a fucking ref's name? Todd Sinclair.
Yeah,
Sinclair overturns it after noticing the chain on Daniels' neck. And
he gave
Christopher Daniels wins by DQ.
Yeah, they gave it to him.
I love when they do shit like that because it we're at an age in sports where we have video replay for like every fucking sport now.
The funny thing about that is that ROH doesn't.
Yeah.
They don't replay anything.
Yeah.
But I see what you're saying. Like
they should be able to be like, like someone should be able to communicate with the guy downstairs.
That didn't happen. Look at it.
We're at that point in technology. Granted, you can't do it every time, but for like deciding fucking moves like that, it should be investigated by the referees, and council, or whatever.
It helps them not look as stupid because. New Japan has done a great job of making... I feel like every New Japan ref, especially Red Shoes, has Down syndrome. Like, hardcore, because they're so... Dude, I'm like... How can they not? They go to the corner and just look at it, and they're like, you bad turnbuckle, you, for like 10 seconds to be distracted. I'm like, what are you doing?
Dude, at least...
the refs in New Japan are so stupid.
At least you know that if you... worked for New Japan and you forget to bring your lunch one day, you're good for stealing money off them. You can just push them around and take their money.
Yeah, that's how it works. You can just bully them a little bit, you know? A little bit of bullying. WWE supports it. What do we got now? We have Punishment Martinez versus Jimmy Havoc. All right, I got a lot of notes on this one, bro.
Jimmy fucking Havoc. Dude, as much as I've liked the staple stuff up until this point, the staple thing may have been the only alright thing. Stapler may have been the only alright thing going on in this match. The pizza cutter thing was dumb because I watched him put the blood on his arm afterwards.
Well,
Did
he
you
cut
see
himself.
That? Oh, he cut himself?
Yeah.
Okay, well, if that's what he did, then fine, but it looked fucking like...
I'm pretty sure he used his fingernail and cut himself.
It looked extremely bad. Like, it clearly wasn't cut, and then I watched you put your hand over, and then... then it was cut.
Here's the thing. I think that what they should have just cut away from that part. Like if
the camera work could have been better. Yeah, you're right.
They simply would have had him use the pizza cutter, and then they cut away, and they don't show. Like whenever a guy's fucking blading and cutting his forehead, you're not supposed to show it happening. You know what I mean? Like you're supposed to cut away. You're not supposed to show it. Like if they would have had him use the pizza cutter, they use a different angle, and then you see his arms bleeding afterwards. That's fine.
Dude, I was wondering if the stapler even had anything in it in this match.
Dude, his arm was definitely bleeding
from the pizza cutter.
Well, no, not from the pizza cutter.
Oh. Dude, I think the match that I watched where he used the pizza cutter on that one MMA guy, do you remember the one I told you about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I sent you the picture of his face fucking covered in blood. Yeah. I think he actually got cut with the pizza cutter, and they had the for real in the match that time, because I remember as soon as it happened, the match quickly came to a halt. Like, they quickly finished it, and then a bunch of medics ran in the ring. So I think this is what normally happens: is he gets pretend cut and then cuts himself, and I think he got for real cut that time.
Yeah, like I think the spot would have been fine if they wouldn't have shown him doing it. You know what I mean? And because later, like he's definitely, you can see there's more blood on his arm later. Like it's bleeding. Like you can tell it's bleeding. But I liked the visual of like, I mean, because they were clearly just small cuts, but like the visual of him like staple gunning the cut shut, you know what I mean? I think that's like a cool thing to do. The only issue is that it was a small cut, so it wasn't really necessary.
Yeah.
But if it was like a bigger cut, I think it's a really cool idea to like kind of staple gun it shut.
The match on the MLW show, dude, the amount of blood that was coming out of his arm was like dripping. Like,
really?
It was insane. It was nowhere near what like this little paper cut,
so to
speak.
So it would have been cool to do in that match where he just staple guns the cut.
Yeah.
That would have made it worse. But well, the match started off as a normal match, but then Havoc requested it be a street fight, and then Martinez agreed.
Yeah.
I always find it hilarious when they pull out cookie sheets from underneath the ring.
Dude,
I think it's so funny.
Why is there cookie sheets?
It happens all the time in hardcore matches.
Why is there an ironing board?
It's so funny. And then we got some paper cut in this one.
And the lemons. We got the lemons, Dave.
We got
the lemons.
It was so dumb. But back to the ironing board, dude. Martinez sets up the ironing board and fucking Havoc power bombs him onto it, and it doesn't even flatten out.
Yeah.
Like it fucking stayed bent up, and he hit. I'm like, oh my god.
That probably hurt. Yeah.
I was like, Jesus, that was a little rough. And then we got a Superman punch by Martinez. Then he cocks his fist and basically tells the crowd to fuck off.
That was funny.
That was really funny. I enjoyed that. There was a cool spot I liked where he set up 2 chairs, then put a third chair across them, and then Havoc gave Martinez a rolling Death Valley driver through the chairs.
And you really talked me into this match. From what I remembered, it sucked. But
You're like, there were some cool spots after all. You were just sitting there like looking at a pizza cutter saying, I don't understand. You were holding one in your hand. You're like, it doesn't do
I'm rolling
anything.
it on my arm.
You're
like nothing's happening.
Yeah.
The hairs are pulling off my arm.
Yeah, but he definitely didn't just like use blood packets or something. He like cut
I
himself.
imagine a small blood packet that he just poured on his arm real quick.
Yeah. Let's see.
He looked like he had his hand cuffed. I wasn't sure.
Well, I think what he was doing was this, like
Just
he was
making a
pushing
fist.
hard. Yeah, to try to hide. I think he had like a lot of guys will tape like blades to their like. I think he had something on his finger that helped cut it.
Dude, who knows? He could just fucking cut his nails that way.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Acid Rainmaker and Martinez kicks out, which I thought was a good false finish. Havoc dumps a bunch of thumbtacks into the ring.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then Martinez hits a psycho driver to Havoc on the tacks, and then he fucking kicks out. I'm like, Jesus. And then he does a fucking silencer to Havoc, head first into those tacks. You can see that tack sticking in his fucking head afterwards. And then I thought it was 2 great false finishes. Both times I thought it was over. And then Martinez chokeslams the fuck out of Havoc into the tacks. And Martinez wins by pinfall.
For the most part, like I could like imagine getting over some of the tacks that like get like in your leg and into your like maybe shoulder. But dude, just imagine falling flat onto my back and one hitting right where my spine is. Sounds terrifying.
What's wrong with you?
What?
You're like, just that one spot where my spine is would hurt.
My entire spine.
I don't think it's going to puncture your actual spinal cord.
I don't know. Just like the idea of it's terrifying. This is like one of those things I just don't know about, and it scares me.
Like, I don't understand how this thing works. I don't want to find out. Oh, shit. Are you, like, touching your spine right now?
It's freaking me out.
All right, what's next? What do we got next?
Arachnophobia.
Jay Briscoe versus Marty Scurll.
Dude.
I know you have it. Go ahead and...
Let's talk about Jay Briscoe making this little girl cry.
Okay, so Jay grabs a villain sign from this little girl, and after hitting Marty with it, he rips it up right in front of her and makes her cry.
Dude, you can't surpass heel work beyond making a small child cry, especially a little girl.
Dude, it was... But then, dude, Marty... I don't know if someone told him, if he saw, but Marty goes over and, like, raises her hand and, like, puts his arm around her. Like, dude, he made that girl's night.
I think he wanted to finish the set of moves they were on, and then he like, had it in the back of his head to do that.
Yeah, because he made her night, dude. I mean, like, having that happen, I was like, she's lucky.
Yeah.
Wish Marty Scurll would touch me like that.
Well, even whenever it happened... I know, like, Ian Riccoboni was, like, not helping the little girl feel better, but she made the fans watching feel better. Like, oh, that girl's moment's going to be, like, remembered in Ring of Honor records, the Ring of Honor Vault for life.
Ring of Honor Vault.
I think that's what he said.
I think you're right. There was a cranky. I like when he does the cranking neck break when he's like, he makes that noise when he does it. You ever notice how the Briscoe does that?
No.
Really? He does it all the time.
No.
You never notice? He's like,
I'll look for it now, but I don't.
he makes this like weird noise when he does the move.
No.
It's pretty cool. And there was a nice false finish there. Jay Driller and Marty kicks out, and then someone came down, right?
The Christopher Daniels came out.
Yeah, well, Mark came down, and then Daniels came down to kind of even the odds.
Oh, yeah.
And then Marty whacks Jay in the head with the umbrella and hits graduation. That's what they called the move. I've never heard him do graduation.
I don't remember. What was this one?
It's just a double underhook DDT, but he lifts him up for it. It's Dean Ambrose's dirty deeds, but he kind of lifts him.
Oh yeah, because Dean Ambrose I've seen before.
Yeah, you've seen. Oh, he was injured.
He was dead. He's dead.
A Cactus Jack. He does the double underhook DDT and lifts him up.
Cactus Jack. I remember that.
Marty Scurll. He did a double underhook DDT and lifted him up and dropped him on his head.
I remember that.
All right. Scurll won by pinfall.
What's next?
Next we have the Young Bucks versus the awesome Johnny Storm and equally awesome Jody Fleisch. So fuck you.
I'll agree that they're equally awesome if you say Deadpool 1 and 2 are equally awesome.
We can't do that.
All right, then.
I can't do that. But I'm right and you're wrong, though.
That is true.
Because that is true.
Yeah, you have that going for you.
So Matt had Storm in a wrist lock and was using his hand to do the Elite chant, which I thought was funny. Yeah, that was kind of funny. Then I have a note here about how much I like Storm and Fleisch. Weird how I have that there.
I have a note about him doing that crawl backwards thing again. It was weird, and I don't like it. It looks
Sometimes
like
I think you focus on the most silly little things.
It's just like it's something that looked clunky, and it took me out of the match.
I didn't even like notice it. Like even I'm like, man.
Like if this was like a fucking like an X-Men movie or like some old kung fu movie where there's like all this wire rope going on and they could have pulled him back so he slid backwards. Jesus. It could look like decent, but he crawled backwards like a 4-year-old who was trying to get in between someone else's legs playing freeze tag.
Oh, Gable.
And then he did that thing. He did that thing where he had one of the Bucks in a chokehold, and he pulled his one foot up.
Dude, I thought it was so funny. He's hitting him in the head with his foot.
I'm like, this is dumb.
It was great.
I thought that was dumb.
I thought it was funny as hell. He's just hitting him in the head.
Like, there's no way that hurts or even like looks practical in any way, shape, or form.
It was grand.
I missed the joke, I guess.
It was grand. Storm hits a twisting dive, and then Fleisch nails another awesome springboard shooting star press to the outside.
Yes.
And then Fleisch and Storm go for the what the fuck did you call it? The assisted
moon
German moonplex.
Yeah.
Germoonplex.
Moon Knight.
The Moon Knight, and Fleisch lands on his feet, which was very impressive. And then another point later, I think they're going for it again. And Matt fucking German suplex Storm while he's doing it, and they both go flying, which was nuts. And then how'd this one end?
Did you didn't mention the wheelbarrow facebuster?
Oh yeah, that was a pretty cool move.
It was like the indie taker, how like one of them has the guy set up, and the other one comes in from the springboard type thing.
Yeah.
But they had the guy in the wheelbarrow facing up, and then the other guy's system with
that was cool. Yeah, I actually thought about noting it, and I was like, I got too many notes, and I didn't.
Bucks won with a Meltzer driver.
Yeah, they won. Yeah, they did. They nailed it. They nailed that shit. And then we have the main event.
Yeah.
Mark Haskins versus Jay Lethal for the ROH World Championship.
Yeah.
Vicky Haskins is still hot. Say what you will now.
Yes. I mean, this match wasn't a bad match. It was still a solid match between the two wrestlers.
I thought it was great.
I don't know.
I really liked it.
Let's see. Here's how I felt at the time. This is the note I took at the time.
You're like, let me preface this as at the time.
Because we already kind of talked this out earlier.
Yeah.
But at the moment, it's not the fault of either of the wrestlers, but I can't get into this match. I just don't feel like there's any threat to Lethal being champ. And Ring of Honor's website also did not ruin it for me. They're normally known for ruining stuff.
Yeah, this is true.
Them and New Japan. Jesus Christ. I knew no matter what the match, or no matter how the match went, it would inevitably end with Jay winning. Plus, this guy had like no mic time. Here's what I really wish they would have done. I really wish they would have allowed them to cut promos as the tournament was going on, so that way I felt like, I don't know, like imagine like a henchman in like a movie who says nothing the entire time, and then he goes to fight the hero. Yeah, is that henchman ever going to win?
I think that it would have helped especially with guys that you haven't seen before.
Yeah,
I think that would have definitely helped. I'll definitely get on board with that one for sure.
So yeah, definitely some more mic time by some of your contestants. Get me a little more of a story to go along with the tournament.
Like for me, like, even if I know, like I've seen a lot. We all have seen a lot of matches where like someone's in it. Like a lot of these proving ground matches, I know that this guy's not gonna like ever beat this guy for the title.
Yeah.
But I can still enjoy the match. You know what I mean? I still enjoy it a lot.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. Like for me, that doesn't really take me out of it. The only way I get taken out is if I know for a fact by a spoiler who wins, because I just get mad.
Yeah. No, but like I said, I mean, it was a decent match. I wasn't fully taken out of it. I wasn't like annoyed by it or anything. I just wish it would have been done better.
Yeah. There was a suplex over the top by Lethal to Haskins, and they both went falling outside, which looked pretty cool. Looked kind of dangerous. Lethal hits a sweet tiger bomb. I thought this was great. There was a rope check by Haskins, which went straight into a Canadian Destroyer that looked really cool.
Is that my phrase? You just used it?
Yeah, I'm always going to use your rope check. That was a really cool looking Canadian Destroyer. We got like 3 Canadian Destroyers in this 3 nights. I was very happy with it. Very happy. Haskins hits the coup de grace from the top rope, which is the double stomp, dude. Yeah, every time he does it, it looks so much more devastating than I was gonna say flip than Balor's, because like when he does it, you can see Balor hits it and kind of lifts and goes off. Like it looks like when he's doing it, his feet are fucking sliding across the guy as he's landing, and it looks so devastating.
I think, dude, for a second it sounded like because for a second I'm like, did he miss that? No, he just kind of slid. But then it sounded like Riccaboni was gonna say if he even got it. I'm like, I think he got it.
Yeah.
He didn't finish his like sentence though, and kind of cut himself off. But
Riccaboni, what are we gonna do with you?
Dude, that other guy I was not a fan of. I don't
like BJ Whitmer at all. I don't like
not even a little bit.
Nope. I wanted Colt back. Haskins, his pump handle driver was reversed, and then Jay hits the lethal injection, but Haskins kicks out.
Dude, I can count the amount of people who have kicked out of the lethal injection on one hand.
Is it 5?
I don't know. It's just one hand.
5 or less, right?
Well, I have one hand. I wasn't counting fingers. I was just counting my hand.
Oh, but these are on your hand.
I didn't say I'm counting my fingers.
What are you counting?
My hands. How many hands?
So it was only one?
He's the only person that ever did it.
Oh my, that's madness. Haskins hits Made in England, which we find out on the 3rd night in the last match. This move is called Made in England. You should have probably told us that at the beginning of this tournament, so I didn't keep calling it a fucking pump handle driver every time.
Dude, I just realized they said the same fucking thing 2 nights in one show.
What do you mean?
The one hand reference. It was in Kaylee Ray's match earlier in the night, and it was in this match. It was twice in one night.
So they did it twice.
In one night.
Total.
No,
I think it was twice.
Okay, whatever.
You better start naming these specifically, Gable. You got to bring proof with you. Because I say
next time.
I say they said it once.
I will next time.
Dude, do you remember the times I actually counted how many times that Omega did the fucking V-trigger?
Dude, it's like
I was like 17.
Dude,
I was like, I counted.
It's like when that guy shows up to fucking SummerSlam with the fucking signs in the front row. You see that for the at the F5? No, it wasn't for the F5s. It was
for the suplexes, and he's counting them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Haskins,
that match ended up real quick.
It was a great match.
Real quick.
So Haskins hits the Made in England, but Lethal kicks out. Haskins no-sells a cutter, which was stupid, because you know how I feel about that. Then Jay hits the lethal injection, and Lethal wins by pinfall. I thought this was a great match. I was into it. Gable thought it was okay. So we were... But overall, I liked them more than you. I really liked these 3 shows a lot.
I think the Haskins-Page match was my favorite match of the tournament. Or of the tour.
Of the tour?
Of the tour.
Oh boy, I can't. I'm not willing to pick out a match right now. I'd have to think about it more.
Okay.
But I mean, that's definitely top 3. I like that one a lot. But so that's it for the Honor Reunited tour. Man, I don't even know what's next. I think it's the fucking New Japan
Destruction,
Death by Destruction or something, or Destruction by My Ass or whatever it is.
Yeah, I think that starts in like the 7th or something.
Yeah, they have 6 shows total, I think.
6.
But the first 3 don't have English commentary. That's a
good.
bummer.
Oh, that's the road to.
Yeah.
There's only 3 actual technical.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. So we're gonna bail, but make sure you guys.
I have to pee. Let's finish this up here.
Oh, let's take a little longer then.
Okay. What do you want to talk about? You gotta get your shirt clean before you do nothing differently.
Shirt. Hey, I'm gonna do things differently. I got cards here. Got my Mr. Poopy Butthole name tag. I got this here nifty card. Put this back where I got them.
I made that probably.
Scratched my arm. Yeah, I don't know where I got this from. I think I stole it out of a drawer.
Yeah, I did that.
I made this.
I made this.
That's before the end of the 20th Century Flex Files. Okay, so make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel. What's in that package?
I have no idea.
Should we shake it?
No, I think Ashley has to send it.
Obviously. Does she just fill out packages for fun and leave them there? And then on Christmas Day, you're like, what a disappointment.
She used to, but we got her out of that phase.
That's nice. That's weird. That was before the mental institution.
Follow us on YouTube. You can listen to us on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify.
Everywhere everywhere that podcasts can be heard.
Anywhere that's important. If you're not fucking putting our show on your fucking podcasting app, then fuck you.
Whoa, dude, mean. Yeah. You know what we still got to do? I didn't forget. I was saving the best for last.
We should have recorded this on like a tape, like a cassette tape, to hand it to an old person who's writing us like a letter instead of emailing us.
What are you fucking talking
Remember
about?
we were talking about how people like from like 1980 are like sending us letters.
Oh yeah, they are. That's why we have our PO box so people can send us letters.
Yeah, so send us letters. Send us cassette tapes filled with cassettes.
Swears.
Dude, if someone sent us a cassette tape, I'd be like, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with this.
I'd probably just like take all the little tape out of it and like play with it, you know.
I don't know where I'd put it. Like, dude, how would I listen to it?
You wouldn't?
I can't. I have nothing to.
I saved the best for last.
Jen Rosen's,
I didn't forget about
YouTube comment.
Not necessarily Jen Rosen. Just I'm gonna pick out a random fan this week and go over their comments.
I told you, stop fucking reading other people's emails, or comments. Just Jen Rosen's only.
Yeah, Jen Rosen is the most important, but Jen Rosen's probably like, these assholes didn't even mention. Oh, we didn't forget. Oh, we did not forget at all. Let's go over Jen Rosen's comment. Jen Rosen's such a nice. Look at this. Great work, guys. I know the tournament is grueling for both the wrestlers and the reviewers / watchers. So you should be proud of yourself for watching it all. Thank you, Jen Rosen. I'm proud of myself, especially hard with you have Gable with you. Next time.
Fair enough.
I'm kidding. Next time, listen to this fucking bit of genius. Bookmark the NJPW link to sort by series. That's what she does to avoid spoilers. Genius. So it's not going to have the fucking the genius.
I mean, I'm good. You're the one who needs that. You're the one who gets like furious as all hell.
You're telling me the guy that says I'm avoiding looking up things online so it doesn't get spoiled wouldn't have been annoyed when they saw a spoiler. I warned you, motherfucker. You can go fuck yourself. I saved you from the spoil. I saved you from the spoiler.
You did. I'm probably going to do this, actually.
You fucking jerk. Fun fact, Bullet Club Bunny Muffin Ass is dating Bad Luck Fale. I'm jealous. She clearly enjoyed our Buttersworth Alien Blow-Up Dolls and Avatar and porn talk, because she put, what? Bunch of question marks. And then she goes, why isn't Hangman upset that Cody's taking his chance for the U.S. title? That's a good chance. Weren't they saying how Hangman should be getting a shot because he beat Juice Robinson and all that? So he's supposed to be next in line, but Cody gets it. And then she said we need to do a belch contest, which I would lose because I cannot belch on command. I can't do it.
If you let me get a few beers in before a show, then
You're not allowed to drink.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, if you want a good belch, that's how you got to do it. Because I can do a fucking like 25-second long belch. It's like the
Is it the end all? Is it the standard bear?
It's the standard belch.
Standard
if I start
belch?
drinking for that night, that's like a minimum of 25 seconds for a burp.
It's a lot of belch.
Dude, the one time I'm in the kitchen, like trying to cook myself something to eat,
And you puked all over from belching.
and I started like this is at 4 a.m, and I start burping. I'm like, when is this going to stop? It just won't end. Yeah,
You guys hear that?
it probably sounds way worse to them.
That was me masturbating the microphone. That's what I do.
It needed to get
It needed
off.
some release. Thank you for your comment, Jen Rosen, as usual. Hopefully, we'll be able to still read your comments and not all the other people that leave theirs, because we do randomly choose them. So everyone, like Jen Rosen does, you should comment and talk to us and message us on Twitter at BreakroomBS1. Subscribe on YouTube, BreakroomBS. Listen everywhere. Do everything.
And my
Give us money.
Instagram. Look at my Instagrams. My Instagrams are great, brother.
When's the last time you posted something,
I
brother?
think I posted something today.
I don't know about all that.
I think I went to post something today, but couldn't find anything.
That's exciting. It's a great story, brother. All right, goodbye, everyone. Goodbye and good night. Bang, and
we love you all.
Yeah, we do.